Hi friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, one and only pharmacy. So friends, in this video we see schedules to the act, subject pharmaceutical jurisprudence. So friends, in this video we cover schedules, all schedules from A to Y. Let's start. What is Schedule A? Schedule A. List of forms used for making applications for issuing licenses, granting licenses, and sending memorandums. What is Schedule A? List of forms used for making applications for issuing licenses, granting licenses, and sending memorandums. These are Schedule A. Schedule B. What is Schedule B? Fees for test or analysis by the Central Drug Laboratory or government analyst. Fees for test or analysis by the Central Drug Laboratory or government analyst. Schedule C. Biological and special products. Biological and special products. Schedule C1. Other special products. The import, manufacture and sale of Schedule C and C1 drugs governed by special provisions. That means Schedule C1 is other special products. Schedule D. Class of exempted drugs which are exempted from a certain provision applicable to import of drugs. Import of drugs. Schedule D. Class of exempted drugs which are exempted from a certain provision applicable to import of drugs. Schedule E. List of poisonous substances. These are omitted. List of poisonous substances. Schedule E1. List of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani poisonous substances. What is Schedule E1? List of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani poisonous substances. Schedule F. Provisions applicable to blood bank requirements and licensing to process blood components. That means Schedule F is related to blood. Provisions applicable to blood bank requirements and licensing to process blood components. Schedule F1. Provisions applicable to vaccines, antisera and diagnostic antigens. What is Schedule F1? Provisions applicable to vaccines, antisera and diagnostic antigens. Schedule F2. Standards for surgical dressings. Standards for surgical dressings are come under the Schedule F2. Schedule F3. What is Schedule F3? Standards for umbilical tapes. Standards for umbilical tapes. Schedule F. Standards for ophthalmic preparations. Standards for ophthalmic preparations. Schedule G. List of substances required to be taken only under supervision of a IMP, that means registered medical practitioner. List of substances required to be taken only under supervision of a registered medical practitioner are come under the Schedule G. Schedule H. Prescription drugs. What is Schedule H? Prescription drugs which are required to be sold by retail only on prescription of a registered medical practitioner. What is Schedule H? Prescription drugs which are required to be sold by retail only on prescription of a registered medical practitioner. Schedule I. Calculation of proportion of poisons in certain cases. This schedule is omitted. Calculation of proportion of poisons in certain cases. Schedule J. List of disease and ailments which a drug may not claim to prevent or cure. What is Schedule J? List of diseases and ailments which a drug may not claim to prevent or cure. Schedule K. List of drugs exempted from certain provisions applicable to manufacture of drugs and sale of drugs. What is Schedule K? List of drugs exempted from certain provisions applicable to manufacture of drugs and sale of drugs. Schedule M. Schedule M. Good manufacturing practices and requirements of factory premises, plant, equipment, etc. for the manufacture of drugs. What is Schedule M? M means GMP, good manufacturing practices. Schedule M, good manufacturing practices and requirements of factory premises, plant, equipment, etc. for the manufacture of drugs. Schedule M1, requirement of factory premises, plant equipment, etc. for manufacture of homeopathic drugs. Schedule M2, requirement of factory premises, plant equipment, etc. for manufacture of cosmetic. Schedule M3, Requirement of factory premises for manufacture of medical devices. Let's see here the difference between Schedule EM, EM2 and EM1 and EM3. EM means good manufacturing practices. EM1 manufacture of homeopathic drugs. EM2 manufacture of cosmetic. And EM3 manufacture of medical devices. What is Schedule EM? Schedule EM list of minimum equipments for the efficient running of a pharmacy. List of equipments for the efficient running of a pharmacy. Schedule O standards for disinfectant fluids. Schedule O standards for disinfectant fluids. Schedule P life period of drugs or shelf life period of drugs are come under the Schedule P. Schedule P1 pack sizes of drugs. What is Schedule P1? Pack sizes of drugs. Schedule Q list of dyes, colors and pigments permitted to be used in cosmetics and soaps. List of dyes, colors and pigments permitted to be used in cosmetics and soaps. Schedule R standards for condoms made up of rubber latex intended for single use and other medical contraceptive. What is Schedule R? Standards for condoms made up of rubber latex intended for single use and other medical contraceptive. Schedule R1 standards for medical devices. Schedule S standards for cosmetics. Schedule T requirement of factory premises and hygienic conditions. What is Schedule T? Requirement of factory premises and hygienic conditions. Schedule U particulars to be shown in manufacturing records. What is Schedule U? Particulars to be shown in manufacturing records. Schedule V standards of patent or proprietary medicines. Schedule W drugs marketed under generic names only. Schedule W drugs marketed under generic names only. Schedule X list of habit forming, psychotropic and other such drugs or narcotic drugs that's come under the Schedule X. X means list of habit forming, psychotropic and other such drugs. Schedule Y requirements and guidelines on clinical trials for import and manufacture of new drugs. Requirements and guidelines on clinical trials for import and manufacture of new drugs. So friends, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for pharmacy related videos. So friends, let's see once again all schedules one by one, last to first. What is Schedule Y? Schedule Y means requirements and guidelines on clinical trials. What's requirements and guidelines on clinical trials for import and manufacture of new drugs. Schedule X list of habit forming, psychotropic and other such drugs. That means psychotropic or narcotic drugs are come under the Schedule X. Schedule W in Schedule W drugs marketed under generic names only. Schedule V standards of patent or proprietary medicines. Schedule U particulars to be shown in manufacturing records. Schedule T requirements of factory premises and hygienic conditions. Schedule S standard for cosmetics. Schedule R1 standards for medical devices. Schedule R standards for condoms made up of rubber latex intended for single use and other medical contraceptive. Schedule Q list of dyes, colors and pigments permitted to be used in cosmetic and soaps. Schedule P pack sizes of drugs. Schedule P life period of drugs. Schedule O standards for disinfectant fluids. Schedule N list of minimum equipments for the efficient running of a pharmacy. Schedule M3 requirement of factory premises for manufacture of horse manufacture. Schedule M3 means medical devices. Schedule M2 means manufacture of cosmetics. Schedule M1 means manufacture of homeopathic drugs. And Schedule M good manufacturing practices and requirements of factory premises, plant, equipment, etc. for the manufacture of drugs. Schedule K list of drugs exempted from certain provisions applicable to manufacture of drugs and sale of drugs. Schedule J List of diseases and ailments which a drug may not claim to prevent or cure. List of diseases and ailments which a drug may not claim to prevent or cure. Schedule I. Calculation of proportion of poison in certain cases. Schedule H. Prescription drugs which are required to be sold by retail only on prescription of a registered medical practitioner. Schedule G. List of substances required to be taken only under supervision of a registered medical practitioner. Schedule F. Standards for ophthalmic preparations. Schedule F3. Standards for umbilical tapes. Schedule F2. Standards for surgical dressings. Schedule F1. Provisions applicable to vaccines, antisera, and diagnostic antigens. Schedule F. Provisions applicable to blood bank requirements and licensing to process blood components. Schedule E1. List of Ayurvedic, Siddha, and Unani poisonous substances. Schedule E. List of poisonous substances omitted. Schedule D. Class of exempted drugs which are exempted from a certain provisions applicable to import of drugs. Schedule C1. Other special products. Schedule C. Biological and special products. Schedule B. Fees for test or analysis by the Central Drug Laboratory or government analyst. And Schedule A. List of forms used for making applications for issuing licenses, granting licenses, and sending memorandums. So friends, how you like this video? So please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for pharmacy related videos. And friends, in today's video we cover schedules to the acts subject pharmaceutical jurisprudence, D pharmacy or B pharmacy, one and one same. These schedules is important for pharmacy competitive exams. Thank you guys.